how to match the reality you desire. So what is reality, by the way? That's what I want to talk about. People have a concept of what reality is or what reality is not. What I want to talk about today is actually what is reality? How does reality actually work? And is it possible for us to really match it? So look, when we talk about matching reality to your desires, it's all about the physical first. We have to go with the physical, and from the physical, we have to go into the what? The mental or the mindset, the mind state of all this stuff. So the thing that you really want to understand about matching reality or anything of that sort is the concept of your feelings, emotions, and mental state. So, for example, check this out. You really don't want to go someplace that you've already been physically. You don't want to revisit that. For example, let's say you've been in a situation physically where you're in an environment, and the environment isn't conducive to what you want. Your mind will tend to take you back to that physical place. Don't visit that. Meaning that don't go there with your emotions or with your feelings. You have to leave that part alone, because what happens is your subconscious mind can be easily influenced into that part of reality, and you don't want to go there. So you definitely want to keep your mind. That's why listen. This is why it's so important to be present, to keep your mind present. You gotta be focused and be present. Being present is a big secret to all of this stuff, how it works, man. So look, we talk about reality, right? So here's something about reality. Whenever you're going to enter a new space, we always enter space. You got to remember that. The reason why we always enter space is because we are constantly evolving and we're constantly changing. Our vibration is constantly shifting. So something you got to remember is this. Whenever we change space, so does our energetic vibration. But if you're noticing like a lot of opposite stuff happening in your life, it's a good sign. It means you're clearing the old space. And when you clear the old space, you're going to get these bumps and stuff that we look at as negative or obsolete or bad stuff happening. So actually you're clearing space to get to a place where you're supposed to be. I mean, I used that sign when I was remember manifesting the lottery or just create anything you like. You're always going to have ups and downs. So you're clearing space. That's how this stuff works. So the thing is about the universe and all this stuff, how this stuff really works. It's about being in this moment as much as you can. Staying present versus staying in the past or in the future. So if you want to match the reality to whatever you desire, whatever you want, guys, you have to practice being present in the moment. Not the next moment, this moment. Does that make sense? This is the only moment we have. This is the only moment that exists. So that's the big secret. The next thing about you manifesting or matching your desires, you have to be receptive, people. Receptive is open mind. You got to be open-minded to what's going to come in your world. Nothing in your life, the people you meet, the things that are kind of going on, it's not like a coincidence or a chance. You got to look at the bigger picture. You see, remember, we got this little mind here, our ego mind, right? That is so limited, right? That it can't see like the whole shebang. It just sees like little stuff. But the big picture, the big part of you, your authentic self, sees a whole roadmap. So some things that happen in our life, like we have disappointments, things don't work out, we don't get the thing, whatever it is. We look at that as a bad thing, but some of those things that happen, the people you need, they are training or teaching you, or they are a piece of a puzzle that's going to build some part of your persona, some part of your paradigm that's going to show up later on down the line. So that's why I'm showing you guys that, look, you have to enjoy the ride. You got to go with the flow. Do not try to like push or fight against what you can't fight against, man. And if you push and it's pushing back, then you leave it alone and there's another rock for you. This is the secret to life. This is the secret to manifesting. The secret to manifesting is observing what's happened and then making the necessary adjustments. If you can't make the necessary adjustments, you're going to repeat the same cycle. You don't want to repeat the same cycle. You have a limitless mind, yet has been captive by limited beliefs. Where do these limited beliefs come from? Regular people like you and I, your mom, your dad. But nevertheless, the power of the mind can free you. The power of the mind can also keep you captive. Works both sides. Remember now, what is the universe? The universe is like an algorithm. What's an algorithm? It just gives you what you think about the most. You're all familiar with the algorithms, right? Got social media now. That's what the universe is, a full-blown algorithm. So if you want to match your reality to your desires have to be on an algorithm that you want so that the universe will bring it. And look, the bottom line is this. It brings it to you 100%. It's not like a 50%. Oh, man, I get it. No, man. If you're focusing on this stuff and you're keeping it alive and you're feeding it with power, with positive power, the universe has no obligation. It's obligated to bring it to you. Remember I told you that before. I said, in this universe, there are certain laws that are concrete and 100% accurate. The universe works on certain laws and principles. Just like our regular 3D world works on certain laws and principles. We have the principles of what? Gravity. We have the principles of thermodynamics. We know how things work. All of this is also effective in the universe grand scheme. So all you have to do is just know that. By just knowing that little information alone can free you of so much resistance, man. Because these rules will always work. But here's a problem, though. Here's a problem. A lot of the times, the reason why these rules don't work for people, because people become impatient. And there's a key now about your reality. Patience is what? Is a concept of time, right? Remember how the universe works. We live in a block universe where time is one concept of now, but they're just in different coordinates. So we have been duped into thinking and believing about a linear time. Hence, it's a resistance blocker. People stuck with time. Don't get stuck in time. It will be your biggest enemy.